Okay. All right, it's now 6 o'clock, and I will call to order the Administration and Finance Committee meeting for Tuesday, May 24th, 2022. Madam Clerk, if you would call the roll, please.
Malinowski.
Here.
McBride. Here. Livingston.
Here. Here.
Joe Walker. Mackey.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. I was told that Councilman Walker was going to be joining us virtually. I guess he's not there yet, so if he gets here, he gets here. Okay, number 2, approval of the minutes for April 26, 2022. Have a motion.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Malinowski.
Yes.
McBride.
Yes.
Livingston.
Yes.
Joe Walker.
Present.
Mackey.
Yes. Here.
Motion approved.
Okay, Councilman Walker, we've got you as being present. We just voted for approval of the minutes. Are you a yay or nay on that?
My vote is in favor of approval of the minutes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Number 3, adoption of the agenda. Any changes of any type?
No changes.
No changes from anyone else? No? Go ahead.
Malinowski.
Okay, I've got a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Okay, now we'll take the roll, please. Vote.
Malinowski.
Yes.
McBride.
Yes.
Livingston.
Yes.
Joe Walker.
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Item number 4, items for action. 4A is the East Richland County Public Service District White House Road 404 Hatchery and Genetic Management Plan. Administrator Brown, or do you want Director Davis to handle that one?
I'll start it off, Mr. Malinowski. I know you're ready. So just let me start it off. So staff is recommending approval of this item. Specifically, if you turn to that page in your packet, which I believe, let me move this here, page 13, where it says it's requested to elevate and harden White House Road from Bluff Road, State Highway 48, to the entrance of the East Richland County Public Service District's wastewater treatment plant, which is in the Gills Creek. It's the Gills Creek wastewater treatment plant at 1050 White House Road, to eliminate the potential loss of sewer service to over 20,000 customers and 88,000 residents during flooding events. And as we have Director Davis approach the podium, Mr. Chair, the reason why we were asking for this item to be approved for the portion of Richland County to support this is because that road that goes to that plant is the county's road. And the concern is if they have flooding in that area and they cannot get to that plant, then that will potentially impact Richland County residents, which 100% of East Richland's service is to Richland County residents, even though it's a separate entity from Richland County. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Administrator Brown. Any questions from my colleagues, either on or off the committee? If not, I'll entertain a motion or.
So move, Mr. Chair.
Second.
All right, well, I've got a motion and a second to adopt the staff recommendation. I'd like to make a substitute motion. And I was speaking with Director Davis prior to the meeting, and he felt that this would be fine as well. And the fact that on page 16, I know we asked this at the last committee meeting, and that was a percentage of people that are served by this company. And right above council inquiry number 3, it says that about a little over 15% of the total Richland County unincorporated population is served. Therefore, I would make a recommendation that we provide 15% of the funding, which is about 31,400 plus or minus. So my substitute motion would be 15% of the people are being served by this company. Let's provide 15% of the funding needed. All right, well, that'll die for lack of a second then. We're back to the original motion. Madam Clerk, if you call for the vote, let's just give them a little more than they need.
Malinowski.
No.
McBride.
Yes.
Livingston.
Yes.
Joe Walker. Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
All right, item number 4B,
I was a
emergency.
yes, if not heard.
Okay, we didn't hear you. Mr. Joe Walker is a yes. Item 4B, emergency services for emergency medical supplies. The purchase of EMS medical equipment and supplies for budget year 2022 and 2023. And all that information is on pages 22 to 40. And I'm guessing there's no changes because we didn't make any changes to this agenda, correct, Administrator?
That is correct.
So if anybody,
Move to approve.
okay.
Second.
We got a motion by McBride for approval, seconded by Mackey. Any discussion? Hearing none. Madam Clerk?
Malinowski.
Yes.
McBride.
Yes.
Livingston.
Yes.
Joe Walker.
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Item number 4C, Department of Public Works for the Jim Hamilton L.B. Owens Airport, a contract award of aviation consultants for airports, engineering and planning and construction services. That's on pages 41 to 42. I'll entertain a motion.
Move to
Moved, yeah.
approve. Second.
Got a motion and a second. I have one comment to make on page 41 of our agenda. The opening line says, staff seeks approval from Richland County Council for the negotiation and award. Yet down below under the additional fiscal budgetary matters to consider, it says individual work authorizations will be negotiated on a project by project. So are we actually just entering into negotiation up above and then awards come later?
The individual, and I can have Chris Eversman speak to the details, but ideally, you're talking about a master agreement and then the individual agreements that are based off those specific projects. Those individual agreements would be under that. I think that's what we're trying to communicate.
Okay, so an overall award and then the subcategories for each project.
Correct.
Okay, thank you, sir. All right, have we got a motion and a second on this item? There's no further discussion. Madam Clerk?
Malinowski.
Yes?
McBride.
Yes.
Livingston.
Yes.
Joe Walker. Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Number 4D, Department of Public Works Engineering Division, approval of award of Long Green Parkway Sidewalk Construction Project.
Mr. Chair, my vote on the last vote was a yes. I'm sorry, I'm having some kind of technical issue.
Okay, you said that was a yes vote on the last one?
Correct.
Thank you. Okay. All right, I would entertain a motion on 4D.
Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion and a second. This is something Stephen Staley I spoke with earlier, and I didn't see anywhere in here where it said about council actually approving this particular item. And I just asked that these things be put in the future because I don't believe, with the exception of a couple of us, that anybody was here when this was approved by council, but it was approved by the full council to move forward with this. So just for additional info. Okay, motion and a second. There's no discussion on this. Then Madam Clerk?
Malinowski.
Yes.
McBride.
Yes.
Livingston.
Yes.
Joe Walker.
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Got to get the roosters out of that room there, Mr. Walker.
Taking over.
I need company.
All right. Thank you. Item number 4E, Department of Public Works, Solid Waste and Recycling Division, the Solid Waste and Recycling Collection, Area 3 Contract Amendment on pages 54 to 93.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion at all? This has got to go to the council, so I'll get with Director Maloney on some of these things because to me, it's just technicalities in the way this is written up. So we'll get together after this meeting, if you could spare a moment. Okay, there's no additional discussion, Madam Clerk?
Malinowski,
Yes.
McBride,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Joe Walker,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Item number 4F, Department of Public Works, the Solid Waste and Recycling Division for Waste and Recycling Collection Area 5A Contract Amendment, pages 94 to 131.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk?
Malinowski,
Yes.
McBride,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Joe Walker,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Item number 4G, Utilities, a closed circuit television with a trailer purchase. Is that one of those car dealer deals that you buy a car and get a TV? We're buying a trailer and getting a TV? Is that a, sort of? Okay. All right, that's on pages 132 to 140 of the agenda. I will entertain a motion.
A moment, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Okay. And approval, any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk?
Malinowski,
Yes.
McBride,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Joe Walker,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Item number 4H, County Administrator's Office Verizon Wireless Lease Renewal, pages 141 to 157. Entertain a motion unless someone has questions. I'll have some questions on this one. We've been moving too fast.
So move, Mr. Chair.
Second for discussion.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Discussion by someone else over there?
Yes, I'll let you go first though, Mr. Mauno.
You want me to go first?
Yeah,
Okay.
you might probably answer mine.
All right,
Go
thank you, Ms.
ahead.
Mackey.
Yep.
My question has to do with what was provided to us on page 141 of our agenda, where we did not collect any fees because of an obvious oversight somewhere that we didn't send them a bill, but we got $0 for fiscal year 21 and 22. And they want to renew the lease now. However, nowhere does it say in here in the lease that we're going to get reimbursed for those 2 years that were missed, even though a service was provided to them. It was mentioned we're going to try to get this money. I think we need to put that into the lease as a portion here that we will get that money for the 2 past years that were, I guess I'd use the term, overlooked. And if we were previously using CPI per the original agreement, is there much difference between that dollar figure and a 2.5% that they want to put in now? And you don't have that, right?
I don't have that specific thing because that can change from year to year.
Right.
But what I would say is in terms of the lease payments, they did communicate, I did look at the email here, that in executing the lease, they would also make those payments because that goes with the lease. So the expiration of the lease is why we hadn't received payments.
Okay, also, in addition to the payment, it stated in our background and discussion that a dedicated electrical supply was created and a meter installed to monitor the power consumption. And that was in addition to the annual lease. So can we also figure out that? I mean, it's a meter. Somebody should be able to read and calculate what we are owed for electricity on that as well.
The answer to your question is yes.
Okay. And I got to get a couple more here because I know Miss Mackey's hoping I'll hit hers. Hold on. 154, I had something, page 154. That pretty much was it based on, that was where my CPI versus 2.5% came from. And in the actual third amendment, which starts on page 155 of the agenda, the third amendment to this lease, one to the third, whereas it says, whereas the term of the agreement will expire. I just think, unless we don't have to be that technical, I think we need the word expired on June 30th, 2020, unless there's a legal reason we don't do that. And where it says further down under number 3, paragraph 4 of the agreement is hereby deleted in its entirety and replaced with the following. Well, there's nothing about the rent. I don't know what this paragraph 4 is. If that's the same one that was on page 152 of our agenda, which really doesn't say anything. 152, there's a number 4 at the top, and it says lessor and lessee hereby warrant to the other that the person or persons executing on behalf. It really doesn't say anything about this 2.5%. So I don't know what paragraph 4 is being omitted. And I'd just like to see what's being omitted before we get a final read on this.
And we'll get that answer for you, Mr. Chair. I do have the email here where they specifically said Verizon will pay any missing rent installments dating back to expiration of the lease, and they will be happy to add a clause to the renewal amendment, which makes that obligation perfectly clear.
Okay, and the electric.
They didn't say that, but we'll
get it. Tell them no payment, no electric. Okay, Ms. Mackey.
Thank you. On page 145, I just had a question about when it talks about reviews and when it has the category legal and it says by council discretion under legal. So I want to know, by approving this, is that saying that we are agreeing to this for the legal department? And then also administration, it still has Tony McDonald name. So I'm trying to figure out, is this the most current?
I think that was an old agreement and they were just showing you what it looked like. Okay. I think that was it.
So is the new agreement going to look like this?
No, ma'am. We would change it to fit the information that comes out of this committee, as well as what legal says we need to have today in today's time.
And then will it read, so where this box saying council discretion, I guess I'm trying to, is there any additional approval that we would need to give? Because this seems like it's different than just making a motion to approve.
Based on my understanding, just like with any other contracts that we would approve or leases, the committee would approve it. If the committee does, then council would approve it. And that's how it would go through. We wouldn't need any other considerations.
All right, so I just want to be clear again. You're going to update the contract?
That's correct.
And place new names.
Even if we not even may need to use this format, that's just something that they used at that time.
Okay.
When they did the agreement.
Okay.
Ms. McBride?
I just wanted to make sure that I see where Mr. Wright has reviewed this and approved it. Is that correct? For legal issues.
I have to look at to see if
Page 141, is that
I
what
was
you're
just looking
referring?
at 141.
Okay.
I see where our legal office has reviewed it. There's been a legal review.
Yes, ma'am.
And I would also think that based on Mr. Brown's comments, that he has addressed some of your concerns about this.
Yes, he has.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Anything else from any of the members or the non-members? Hearing nothing, then Madam Clerk, if you'll take the vote, please. And the motion was to go with the staff's recommendation.
Malinowski,
Yes.
McBride,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Joe Walker,
Yes.
Mackey. Motion
Yes.
approved.
Okay, we're down to number 5. I'll entertain a motion.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Madam Clerk? Yes.
McBride,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Joe Walker,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Thank you, everyone, for attending. Thank you, Mr. Walker.
Thank you for your record meeting.